What's going on, guys? This is going to be a 2026 Rust settings video. I've only been playing Rust for about probably a month and a half, 2 months, somewhere around there. These are the things that I wish there was a simpler video to watch just for settings that wasn't a 30-minute video to get the F1 commands and pretty much all the basic settings. So this video is going to be a short video just showing pretty much all the settings that you need and all the F1 commands that I personally use and that most people use. All of these settings are between multiple different competitive players in the Rust scene and different Twitch streamers, and I went through almost every single big YouTuber, TikToker, and looked through everyone's settings, and I think I've come up with the settings that best work for me. In here, I get 170 FPS, and most servers, Atlas, 10x, and everything like that, I usually stay around 170, 150, somewhere around there. So we're just going to go through this quick. The F1 commands will be in the description, and this video will be timestamped, so if you guys need certain things, it will be in the description. But let's get into it. First, we're going to start off with the gameplay tab. Pretty much we're just going to go through every single page other than the keybinds, because that's honestly personal preference. So field of view 90, head bob off, hit marker is honestly personal opinion. A lot of the older players play with it off. I tried to turn it off and I didn't really like it. I like it on. Game tips off, hurt punch off, bad gifting, personal preference, anyone pretty much. On, when building, on, advanced. 0.5. You can mess with this. This is pretty much when you're in the crafting thing, the quick craft, and you're clicking away, it has a delay, so you don't do a bunch of stuff. Nudity, you either want it on pixelated or underwear. Uncensored, it's not a big difference, but I honestly think uncensored does drop your frames, so I guess that's personal preference too. Hide signs, personal preference. Show blood is off for me, personal preference. Censor recording. These are all personal opinions, to be honest. Physics, maxgibs, and upgrade effects, personal opinions. The maxgibs is, I have mine off, and I have upgrade effects on. These, I think the upgrade effects is kind of cool, and it doesn't affect gameplay. If your Gibbs is on, it does look cool when stuff breaks, but if you're raiding a base, having this on could actually make it so you're dead or alive, honestly, because depending on what you have it set for, things could fall, and other players could have it completely off, and they will see you before you see them. RGB off, that's kind of default, I think. These are audio settings. Now, I have all of my audios maxed out, other than the things that are off are you don't need. The instruments, the voice, and the vents are just annoying. The menu music is annoying. The music is annoying. You don't need anything but master volume, game sounds, UI, and voice volume. Speaker config is on speaker mode for me, or speaker mode is on stereo for me. You can mess around and see what you like. I prefer stereo. Screen is going to be kind of personal preference of what monitor you have. I have the brand new Asus ROG Strike monitor, so I just play on 25, 1440 or whatever it is. Don't know why it kicked me from that, but go back in there. But like I said, 2560 by 1440 is what I play on. I think a lot of people play on 1920 by 1080, so personal preference. Always should be on full screen. You get more FPS when you're on full screen than you are windowed. I will admit, Rust is the only game that I have issues with tabbing in and out. Sometimes it makes the game lag and I have to restart. Don't know why, but it does. Graphics, we're going to go through these quick. I'm not going to really read any of these things out. You guys are just going to kind of see as we go. Render scale 1, shader level 4, pixel light count 0, max shadow lights 2, particle off pretty much, soft particles off, clouds off, draw distance. This you can mess with. I usually have it on 1000, and I usually max out at 15. I usually play around with it. It just depends on what you want. I usually play on 1,000, 1,000, 1,300, or 1,500. Those are the three things that I go through. Off, off, on, off. Texture quality, full resolution. Disabled, off, off. Graphics, shadow quality max. You can have this off, 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 you can have this off. 120, 100 to like 125 is like the sweet spot. This is for like your peaks and things like that, I believe. Like if you're farther away, you won't be able to see the peaks that people are shooting you from. 0.5, 0. Image effects, off, on, off, on, off. These are all off. These are kind of personal preference. I've just had them off. Motion blur. If you like motion blur, you can have this on. I will admit, a lot of people that make only clips and play for clips and montages and stuff like this usually have motion blur on because it makes it look cleaner. But motion blur gives me an insane headache, so I have it off. User settings are personal preference. You should always have your FPS counter on advanced or ping. Honestly, it's good. It doesn't mess with FPS. Chat is personal preference. Now, I do not use a crosshair, so I'll come back to that. Interaction, these are default, I believe, and these are default. But crosshair, I do not have a crosshair. I use a program called Crosshair X. This is one that I've been using. I switched to this about 2 days ago. This is a cross. This one's really popular, or the other one that people use is this one. Is the dot. Personally, I was using these my whole time for the last 450 hours. Last 10 hours, I've been using the cross. I think it goes better with Rust gameplay. And the hollow, I think it's easier to track. Controls. My DPI is 1600 DPI, 2000 polling rate. I play with the Super Light Strike, the newest one. And that is on 1600 DPI, 2000 polling rate. And I can also show that. Actually, I guess I'll show those settings. I'll have those in the description with the Wooting keybinds too. I play with always sprinting on, duck mode, hold, ADS mode, hold, default. Default. Keybinds, I'm not going to go over these at all. I'll just scroll through them. You guys can see what I use. Now this, I don't know, when I got on the Rust, I did not have a keybind for this. You should make a keybind. This is when you're in a vehicle, you're getting shot at, you can spam it, and sometimes you can survive. Off, 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 on. The colors are all personal preference. The only one that I recommend changing is the tree marker from red to the orange. It is easier to chop down trees, and sometimes the red can blend in, the orange does not. I have my health bar changed from green to blue, hunger bar to green because I like it. Hollow sight is to blue from red, personal preference. These are all personal preference. Gestures, personal preference. Off, off, on, and you can mess with your buffer, but I have it on max. I will show you Logitech settings real quick. Actually, I'll just add a screenshot because I didn't set up a window for OBS for that. But that is all the settings. This video will have timestamps for each thing in the video. All the F1 finds and commands will be in the description. My Discord will also be in the description for a screenshot of each setting, and all the commands will also be in there, and stuff like that. But appreciate you guys for watching. These are the things that I wish I had when I first started, just a quick video. So hopefully you guys enjoy.